Hey everyone, and welcome to Gadget Talk. No, I'm not in my shop. Chad's in his because I still have a ton of stuff. Mine hasn't been cleaned up since Cachefest yet, but I got a lot of water in there too. So, but oh my goodness, what a great week, Chad.
It was amazing. So much fun. If anybody here made it to Cachefest and you went to Gadget Academy, that's what we're talking about tonight. We're going to be recapping Gadget Academy and the cube build that DJW House made. So I'm super excited about going over this.
Yeah, and
I see we have Fours Awakens here in the chat. They were there. They built a cube.
Yep, I see Bill on the moves here.
You helped Kindle build his.
Kun and Bub built one.
Yeah, Bell on the Move was there.
Bell on the Move, yeah. So really a lot of fun. We're going to answer some questions on the cube itself. I remember asking, how does it open? What does it do? How to do it? And we've come up with a couple different things that you can do with the cube as well. So we're going to get into that. But well, Chad, before we get to our sponsors or anything like that, have you gotten rested up yet?
Nope. I just woke up from literally just 5 minutes before. I'm like, I got to hook up my earpieces and everything. No, it's my first time in the shop since I left. I haven't wanted to step foot in here. I'm tired.
There's Teresa Rogers was there. She came over to the shop, my shop, on Thursday. That's the day it was. Whatever that long day, because our days ran from Wednesday to Saturday, and I think it was just one day, and there was little naps in between. But that was about it. So yeah, came over to the shop. But yeah, I've been taking naps. I know I crashed Sunday afternoon finally, and then got a nap again today. But it's been crazy. But let's go ahead and take care of our sponsors, and then we'll jump right into everything that we need to do. So here are our sponsors. If you have not become a patron of the Geocache Talk Network, what are you waiting for? Patron levels start as low as a Bison Tube level at $3 a month. To sign up is easy. Simply go to the Geocache Talk website and click on the Become a Patron button, or go to patreon.com/Geocache Talk. Patrons now get the famous Blackout coin, invites to special events, and other really great items throughout the year. Become a patron today.
Logwork, the creators of the fantastic logbook, made with genuine Write-in-the-Rain paper. The logbook's designed for the micro-containers of the present and future, geared towards the hider who'd rather go caching than doing cache maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's LOGWERK.com.
Have you subscribed to FTF Magazine yet? FTF Magazine is the #1 geocaching magazine available. It is a quarterly magazine that you can be part of. Submit your geocaching milestones and adventures to be published. FTF Magazine is also interactive with puzzles to solve and the hunt to find Spartacus. If you can solve the puzzle or find Spartacus, then you will be entered in to win a special pack tag. Every new subscription, you will receive a special swag pack. Subscribing is easy. Just visit FTF's website, ftfgeo.com. Don't miss out and subscribe today. All right, so Andrew, Curtis is much better at solving this than I am. He gets it and starts solving it immediately. I had to change the batteries out already on it. So yeah, no, I completely understand that.
I'm the same way. Why do you think I call my son in every time I need something solved?
I put the batteries in. I did go ahead and solve it again this afternoon. So, and I also see Patty Phillips. I think this is the first time you're joining us for Gadget Talk. So I welcome, and I'm glad you got to build the cube. And I do see your comment down here saying that I'm a rock star, but no, this guy right over here and Dave Wagner are the real rock stars. They're the real brains behind this. I like to talk, and I'm loud, and I have
you're good at talking.
Weird personality sometimes. So, but yeah, Teresa said they had a blast. Thank you for coming to my house and having some fun over here. We had we grilled some great meat for my patrons. So Andrew was over here, Teresa and Jonathan were here, and they got to hang out with the crew that was building the guitar while we were at the shop. So it was a lot of fun. But yeah, that was great. Tom, yes, I am. Yeah, that was great. I've been drooling over different laser cutters last few days. When I wake up in the middle
do I need to log onto my account and see if anything's been designed on there?
Do what?
I said, do I need to log on to my account?
No, I haven't dropped anything on your account or Ryan's yet. And I did say yet. But no, it's because Ryan's Glowforge was in my shop, and they were cutting a lot of different stuff for the guitar on there, so that was a lot of fun. That Patty's saying I was everywhere all week long, and Chad was at pretty much everything too. He was spinning the wheel of wisdom, which was phenomenal, Chad. That was so much fun.
I tell you what, people were showing up to events just to spin the wheel and left.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I did not expect that many people just loving the wheel, and that's great. I'm so glad, because that's also something that Dave designed. He designed the wheel, wrote the code. I built the container, just like normal. We both do what we're good at.
That's what's great about the collaboration. I mean, Dave is really great at doing the code and doing a lot of the aspects of it, and even drawing out the diagrams and the wiring of how everything's going to go. And then we get to implement it. And I think that's what's a lot of fun, as working as a team and doing that aspect of it. What I saw here. Yeah. Rumacats. That was something that was really cool. Doug got to come over to the house too, and he brought some of his gadgets that I got to play with. Some of the ones that we've seen.
I wanted to see them.
I know. I don't remember where you were at on that day.
I was at the tree climb.
That's right. You were watching your family go up the tree, and that was vertical madness. Those that got to do it, I've seen pictures, I've seen footage I've done that climb, and that's a lot of fun. And congratulations to all those that made it up. I think there was only a few DNFs from this week. So kudos to Shannon, got him up, got everybody up. Shandrum. Cache Line. Cache Line's going to have a new video of that going up, and there's going to be some really cool shots from that. 360 cam and all this other stuff. Sorry, Jeff, if I wasn't supposed to share that part, but that was just so cool. I can't wait to do that, see that video. But what's got to be one of the best caches in the area because of the experience and because of Shannon, like you were saying before.
So Josh shared the prize wheel on one of his videos. I looked for it today and I couldn't find it. I actually almost just called him or sent him a text and asked him which one it was.
It might have been his live.
I don't know.
Well, we were in the gadget talk, and I know he was walking around because I know I got to talk to him, and I apologize once again because when he got the camera right in my face, and I didn't completely see where you're at, so I should have had you come up and talk because you were the brains behind the whole Gadget Academy thing. So I just talk. I'm filler. I fill in for stuff. So, but yeah, that was phenomenal. I love watching. You and I learned that we don't go no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, because every time we said that, they got a whammy.
There's whammies. Yeah.
So we apologize for that too.
Yeah. On here, we're talking about the wheel. Where was it? Was it? Patty here said that she absolutely went to the hotel just for the wheel. So that was cool. And I booked one more event for the wheel that is going to have it featured at their event. Another event is talking to me about it. And I think we may have another event that is going to have Gadget Academy at it soon. So
if you
didn't make it to this, we'll announce it when it comes out. I gotta fill up the details and finalize everything. But once we do, we will mention where it will be. So hopefully you can make it to that event.
Right. Does that mean I need to start firing up my my 3D printer and start printing nonstop again?
Not yet. It depends. I got to work out the details, and then I haven't decided if I'm going to do something different.
Okay.
It's not always going to be the same thing.
Right. And I think
otherwise it's going to get boring, and I want to rotate it. So it will be something different. But part of the fun of the whole thing is being able to build with people, right? And the interaction with people and the classes. The classes were absolutely amazing. They were full, especially our second session.
Oh my gosh.
I learned a lot from this. One thing I learned is that what it would take me a year or more to go through solder, the class can do in an hour.
I don't think it took an hour.
Yeah, it was amazing. So next class, I'll have so much solder.
Which solder is better?
Well, the lead stuff takes hotter tips or hotter soldering irons to heat up. And and ours only went to 450. It's not like what we have at home, like you or I have. So,
Right.
but you know, lesson learned. It's my fault. But you know what? We called Jesse, and Jesse was a rock star. Jesse drove, I think, to Home Depot and Lowe's and Walmart and grabbed anything he could.
Any type of
And
solder. Yeah, it was, and we got it done. We renamed the class from Gadget Academy to Soldering 101 at one point, because I mean that's a lot of people that were there had never soldered before, and I think it was great seeing them solder. I know there was a few singes, but we didn't have the smell of burning flesh throughout the entire building, which is awesome.
Yeah, I was going to mention.
I know you and I got singed a couple times.
Yeah, I only got it once.
Just by walking around, and we reached for something, we felt the warmth and touched it for a second, or less than a second, because it's really hot. I about burned through my new Gadget Academy shirt once. So
yeah,
yes. So yeah, Engineer 402 says lead free. Where I lost. Whoa, that jumped real quick. Lead free solder is worse to use. 63 to 73 is best, and that's C. So whatever that works out.
Yeah, I use a I don't know if you call it a rosin core. I think it's called solder, typically for electronics.
Yeah.
Rosin, core solder. So, but you know what? Lesson learned. I'll have plenty of it in the next one.
Yeah.
Also, solder gun tip cleaners. I'll have there.
Yes. Yeah.
There's so much stuff.
Things that we have in our shops that we're like, oh crud, we should have gotten that. And the really easiest thing is we should have just had some
sponges. We could have went and got wet sponges.
Or the I'm just drawing a blank.
I need like the SOS pad, or you're talking about this
steel wool. Yeah, that.
Yeah,
but like, would steel wool kind of do it the same thing, or would that be too?
I don't know if steel wool if it would work the same. It's a good question. But next time we'll have these.
Right.
There.
We'll have at least a couple of those on each one.
Yeah,
but I was really impressed. I picked up a new skill while I was there, thanks to a lot of the different patrons that we had there. Is I learned to solder with both hands at the same time. We had to release some different LEDs and different resistors at different times. They're on the wrong side or something like that. And that was why we were there, because learning to read the diagrams, learning that aspect of it, and getting the solder points right is really difficult. Chad and I may make it look pretty easy, but it can be difficult. And so, there was a picture that was taken, and I can see if I can pull it up real quick. And I didn't know if Kendall got frustrated with it, with doing the soldering, and I helped them out, get the soldering done. So, because we wanted everybody to walk out there with.
We want to have a good time. It's
have a good time. And what was crazy, and this is complete side note. I've known Kendall for probably about 3 years now. I think we officially met in person at the 2019 going caching. But come to find out, and I didn't know this until this last weekend, our families have been around each other for decades. So it's just had no idea. Kendall and my mom went to rival high schools, not at the same time, but they went to rival high schools. And a lot of Kendall's family is, the Tabors are from where my dad's hometown. And so they knew a lot of the same people and knew each other. And it was just crazy small world. And it was just really cool. So, but yeah, Kendall, helping you was one of my highlights of the entire Gadget Academy. I absolutely love that. Sitting there talking to you and just doing that and just helping everybody around there. But seeing that picture that Emily took of me helping you out actually brought tears to my eyes today when I was looking at it again. So it was great. That's why we were there. And I saw there's pictures of Chad I've seen off and on helping out and everything else. So 63% and 37 lead, not degrees. Belts at 361 Fahrenheit. So thank you.
Tom here talking about photos. There's one on Facebook. Tom was a rock star to a kid. I think I tapped on the wrong one. Here we go.
Yeah.
He gave a kid who we sold out of kits. and someone wanted to do one, and Tom said, "Hey, here, you can do mine," and that made that kid's day. And I know that picture's floating around somewhere on Facebook because I've seen it.
Yeah. So, but just a lot of fun. What was probably one of the biggest highlights for you, Chad, during Gadget Academy?
During it, I loved it. It was so much fun. I enjoyed. I'm in my you're good at talking to people. You love being up in like at the concert, out there and hosting all that stuff and talking. I'm in my element when I'm in a classroom and talking to people and teaching people. I was in there for almost 12 hours straight.
Yeah.
I think I went out of the room once for 5 minutes to use the bathroom, and that was it. I love that. That's my element. So,
yeah,
I mean, the whole thing was amazing. I enjoyed, I'll tell you what, the volunteers we had were rock stars.
Oh, my gosh.
Had Bell who volunteered, and I think he was there for multiple sessions. I know he did a build.
Rumba Doug.
Rumba was there, and I don't know if he got to finish his build, but he was there, I think, for almost all 3 sessions, maybe 2. I think him and Bell and the Mover, they're the same.
Merlin 1392, Tim.
Our lackey.
That's what I thought was awesome. So she was in the first class and did the build, and then she volunteered for the second hour when we're completely full. So that's JT Coffee. That was so cool. I had to apologize to her, said, because the jokes were going to be the same the second hour as they were the first class, but but no, that's the way it goes. That was great.
Yeah, reading glasses. Everything I take for granted in my shop, I learned, right? So my solder tip cleaner. I mean, I almost didn't take the desoldering gun. I just happened to see it at last minute and was like, I should grab that. And
I'm glad you did, because I forgot mine in my shop. I mean, it wouldn't take me so long to get to it, but I forgot it.
And mine's a soldering gun that heats up the solder and sucks it out or vacuums it out at the same time. So you don't have to heat it up and then try and vacuum it separately, which makes a big difference. But man, I'm so glad I didn't forget that. That would have been a huge mistake. But for instance, as easy as this thing here, I could have used this all day long there at that class. I was sitting there and I was taking my glasses off and trying to look at stuff. And a couple of times I took a picture with my phone and zoomed in, because I'm like, is that soldering good? Because every time, the fun part is when everybody was done with the build and we put the circuit board or the computer chip in, and it came to life, the red and green LED turned on and then it beeped. Everybody was like, oh my goodness. And so when it didn't do that.
So I got a story for that one.
Let's hear it.
Monkey Bread and his son were there in the 3rd class, and they were putting it together. And Monkey Bread was letting his son completely do all the soldering and everything. And I think you probably, you'll remember this when I'm explaining this. So he's getting it all together. He's putting in the few last batteries. And I lean over to Brad, or Monkey Bread. And he's also one of our Tennessee reviewers. And I go, all right, when he drops in the last battery and the lights come on, I'm going to go boom. And as soon as he did that, I went boom. And I think that entire table jumped all at one time. And
I was in the front of the class and I heard the boom and everybody laugh.
Brad's son started laughing and started crying. And I'm like, I thought at first he was crying because it scared him so bad. And he thought he blew it up or something. And then I look over at Brad and he's laughing. Like, I come up and like, I'm sorry. And I go, no, I'm not. And Brad goes, I'm not either. But I made it up to his son. I went and gave him one of the last few geocaching with the kids coins. But that was so fun. Seeing it come alive was fantastic. And seeing the lights come on and everything. But that was funny.
Yeah, Dave here, or not Dave, I'm sorry, Doug, Roomba Cat said, right, the batteries went in, the queue came alive. That's what I was like, it's alive. It was so fun. I'll tell you what, if I could do it again out of everything, I would sit there and do that all day long again. We learned, so originally we had an hour plan for the class. And then we were supposed to pick up and let Challenge Academy and then do ours and pick up and let Puzzle Academy do their thing. You can't do that. You need at least 2 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours. Of course, we had 50 people in each class about. So, but having to pick up all the solder guns, wait for them to cool down, pick them up, put them away, everything, all the instructions, the trays, everything. There's absolutely no way.
Well,
so,
and like you said, we were figuring an hour, but Kendall, how long? I don't remember. How long did it take me to actually go back through and solder the entire board real quick? But because we can solder, you and I can solder pretty quick. So
I did someone's board at the after the concert. After we left the concert, there was some people waiting for me to come back to fix their board, and I was looking at it, and I couldn't figure it out. I figured out everyone but this board, and so I finally said, you know what, I'll solder it up. And so I think it probably took me 10 or 15 minutes to solder a whole board up.
And I think that's about the time it took me. So
yeah,
but at the same time, we've done this a few times.
yeah, exactly. So, and that's in my head, 10 or 15 minutes. It could have been longer, but I'm just sitting there working, and time. I'm not very good when it comes to time. When I'm in the middle of working, time flies for me.
So the Force Awakens says that was his wife's board that you had to recreate.
I thought it was his wife's board, but I didn't want to mention it in case I was wrong. So, and then there was a few other. I think everybody who created a cache left with one working. I mean, there really wasn't anything big. The majority of the issues were not enough. Certain pins weren't soldered correctly all the way,
or the LEDs flipped.
LEDs flipped. I mean, it was pretty basic stuff.
Yeah, and then also sometimes every once in a while, a hole that didn't have anything in it got filled before anything got in. I think that was the hardest part with the solder sucker. Sometimes was unfilling a hole, but I do have.
Well, they're not really made that way to unfill a hole. But the easiest thing is if you had some braided wire to put in there, heat it up, and then the solder will go to the braided wire. And I didn't have any, but next time I will.
I found some wire that we cut off some of the either the resistors or something like that I was able to heat up and just pull it through as it was hot to pull it out on a few of them, but still made it kind of tight in different places. But yeah, that was really fun. So
the biggest mistake I had with someone was this is the board, which I remember if it was Patty on here mentioned how well they were made and marked. Thanks to Dave. This is the side. If you look at this is where a button goes. It's labeled, and then you have your LEDs. Well, they saw that and then soldered everything opposite. So it was the board was actually completely built backwards. And when you do that, it won't fit. It won't screw to the cube.
Right.
So luckily the guy was like the dad of the kid. It was a kid who did it.
Nicole's never did get hers to work. Nicole's.
Did I go out?
No. You're still there.
Okay. You said, no.
We had one that didn't. She never got hers to work.
Oh, really? Who was that?
Nicole's.
I don't know.
Okay. Have her message us.
Yeah.
And then we'll either solder out the new board and get it to you or something like that. See what's going on. Something might have happened with the chip.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe
that has happened. So somehow static or something like that. For some reason, we usually tried grounding down, but email us at gadgettalkpodcast@gmail.com. Bear with us. There's a lot of emails from this last week. So yeah, we're going to make it right. Okay. So I don't want anybody that was there and theirs isn't working. We'll work with you and get it working. So,
Tom on here
even if we have to send you a completed cube, we'll get it working for you. So, go ahead.
Yeah. Tom on here mentioned about moving the academy. So yeah, we were supposed to move, and I went to D and I said, we cannot move. We need this room. And D was awesome. She got that taken care of, moved them next door, I think, to where the VIP was going to be.
Right.
And got that taken care of. Without that, it would have been a nightmare because we were in there the whole time. In fact, the second session, I think, was oversold.
Yeah. It ended up because we still had some people from the previous one that were finishing up on theirs because we had a 30-minute window. And when we ran in and kind of switched out, some of them were slowly getting out. And then Actually, we probably had a little bit longer than 30-minute window because we also did the group picture. So we all ran out real quick, took the picture, then ran back in and got back into it. So, the ozone smell was intense, is what Kendall was saying. There was some.
Smells like my shop.
Barbara says wants to thank you, Chad, for getting yours to work.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I just sat there and worked with people. That was it. And it was all basic mistakes. I mean, no one did anything that was major, nothing that I've never done before, right? It was right. Like I said, a magnifying glass would have helped everybody a lot.
Yeah. Well, and this was something I impressed us. I'm gonna boast on Bell right now, or Andrew. So really had never soldered before the first class. The second and third class, I'm watching him go around and helping everybody else solder. I thought that was absolutely awesome. Taking a brand new skill that he just learned an hour before and helping everybody else. So that's what I loved about, the other thing I loved about the Gadget Academy is how everybody was helping everybody and looking out for each other, and just it was a lot of fun, and seeing everybody come together and seeing the teamwork, the couples working together, the kids with their parents working together. It was really an amazing experience. Sorry, I didn't click on the spell. I'll go ahead and read it. Mine worked. My wife made me show her how it worked when I got it back to the room. My neighbor helped me with the soldering because my hands shake too much. Wish I could remember her name. So, yeah. So that's just
her neighbor. His neighbor at the academy.
Neighbor at the Gadget Academy helped it there. So, but yeah, that is just absolutely awesome, and I love seeing everybody helping everybody. It made our job a lot easier. Tell you that much.
I wish I had more time afterwards. That we were so busy. I'd love to have taken all the volunteers out to dinner. Yeah, if we could have, I would have. They were such a big help. I mean, we only mentioned the few on here, but there were so many people that helped that I couldn't even remember their name. One gentleman, he volunteered for all three classes because he's having so much fun.
Yeah,
he didn't even have to.
And he's local here, and I'm trying to think of his name too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he lives here in Memphis. So he knows how hot it is. He wanted to stay in the air conditioning.
Oh, that's not what it was. He didn't really care about volunteering.
Yeah.
He wanted AC.
What cooler place could you be and then in Gadget Academy all day?
Yeah, he's a huge help. So much fun. So, it was a blast.
But all right. So I know a lot of people, because we tried to explain it, but a lot of people said, all right, so I built it. What do I do with it now?
Sorry, I was reading one of the comments.
Yeah, that's fine.
What do we do with it now? Mine's going to sit there until I'm ready to look at it again. No,
right.
Just
so it's how do you play the game? What does it do? Well, here's what Chat's got. His is labeled. Mine's not. But it starts off with this side, and this says, as you can see, go. And you got the button in the middle. Okay, so you're going to hit that button in the middle, and there it is, live. And then what you're going to do, that you're always going to come back to this one. And then you flip it. Okay, that's wrong. That's right. That's wrong. Oh, that one's right. Now I have 4 more directions I have to flip it. Oh, got it right. That's that one. Now I have another 4 more directions I have to flip it. Ooh, I have no idea. This is actually all luck. And I'm going to have to remember how to do this because I'm not really watching it. All right. Oh, I went too long. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, do it again. 1, 2, 3. Nope. Okay, try it again. Oh, there it is. 1. Oh, which way do I go? Nope, I completely forgot which way I go. There it is. Start over. So it's like a Simon game. I think I got one more, and I don't know which way to go. Ah, here we go again. Now I'm getting nervous doing this, Chad. You're killing me. Everybody's silent.
Should we call Curtis out?
We may need to, but no, he'd have to start all over. I got this one.
Engineer 42 asked if the code's available so you can see how it works. We're not sharing the code because it's something that we're trying to make exclusive for Gadget Academy. ourselves, but yeah.
And there was a question earlier when we were starting if the helps if you actually have it the correct direction. If we were going to be selling these in our shop.
Yes, I put in there. This cubes will be they'll be for sale soon on the website. I wanted to make sure we release them at the event first before we let them out, put them out to sale. So
Right.
they will be available. You can get them fully built or build them yourselves.
Oh, come on. I'm trying to.
The price I couldn't tell you right off the top of my head.
We're gonna go. So once you get it done, it'll beep out the code, and it beats out a 4-digit code. And what's really cool, it's a 4-digit code. So then that could give you the information for a combination on a lock, or I thought of this today. It could be a redirector. So maybe, and there it's just powered off. If you don't do it fast enough, it'll power down. Or it could be the combination could be 2 numbers of the first set of coordinates, and then the other 2 numbers could be another set of coordinates to give you a redirector on a multi. So that's another way that you could use it. So I thought of, and do you have any other ways that you might be able to use it, Chad? For a cat,
just for the combination, lock combination. You mentioned a couple other things, but yeah, that's it. And it doesn't have to be a 4-digit code. It could be 3-digit, and I believe it could be 5-digit. It could be 3 to 5. I think it could even be 1-digit if you wanted to when you're programming it. But it doesn't have to be just
when you get into. There's some other way to program, and that's what those 2 buttons are. You have the button on the outside, and then there's a button on the inside. That's the next button. So the go button and the next button. And I know you can change the difficulty of it too, because you can go from easy, which is 6, to 8, to 10, to 12 moves.
So Barbara mentioned about when you solve it tells you the code 3 times, then it plays a really long song. Is there a way to stop that song? I don't think there is. I think it needs to go to sleep, because I tried to hit the start button and it didn't work.
The other thing this will do is if you push and hold for those that have it and you don't know what your battery voltage is, you should be able to push and hold the go and hold it. See if we'll do it there. And it goes into a cache owner maintenance mode.
We don't know if we should be saying this live, because someone's going to find it.
All this does is tell you the battery voltage. It'll beep out the voltage. So you're not changing anything. You're just being able to get the voltage of your batteries. So
cool.
But yeah,
so I had a blast. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, the nice thing about it is being able to meet new people, because you sat next to people that you probably talked a lot to that you never met before.
Yeah.
And probably made some new friends.
Oh.
So it was.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the Force Awakens, because they had 2 cubes. We have 2 cubes. We're going to have a puzzle on a cache page to solve for a lock combo. Open the lock first, find the first cube, which gives coordinates to the final location. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. So I see someone else mentioned something up here. Just find a way to say something. Oh, Northwest.
Oh, okay. I considered doing one. I have a great place to do it. I don't know if I can make it an official geocache event. But I thought about putting it out there for people who want to contact me and go build one to do an academy. We can. So if I get enough interest, I'll try and make an official event. Other than that, get a hold of me and we can build one.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of fun, and it was really impressive. I really enjoyed seeing everybody and the camaraderie and everything that was going on in that room. So
yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention about the build itself too is there was a lot of people that weren't going to use it for geocaching. Some people were right. I'm going to take it to work and put it on my desk at work and let people try and solve it before I give them something. Like the Lackey, like Jessie. She said she's going to make people solve it before she'll give them a Lackey tag. I thought that's great. So
That's great. That's great.
I don't know
You're
how well
going to
that will
earn
go,
this
but
thing.
yes, exactly.
Well,
Well, the
I'm
worst
going to
thing you
use
can do to a
mine.
lackey is just go up to him and say, "Hi, can I have a tag?"
Right. Well, I'm going to take mine to use that for my Lego kids for team building. So they're going to have to solve it and they're having to remember it. And then I want them to be able to solve it as a team without even talking. And that's, something else about this. Just because I solved it one time with a certain mode of turns that certain way, it's going to be different the next time I try and solve it. So it's randomizes the turns each time. Sometimes I have to come back to, I'll turn it to one location. I got to turn it back to the other location, back to where I had it before and then go somewhere else. So it's completely randomized of how it turns each time. So that's something that's really cool. That way Dave has done a lot of his gadgets from the
it's
numbers one
randomized.
to quick whip, all those different gadgets. So.
Yeah, I was going to mention that Dave did such an amazing job when he designs these things and builds them, and these he does such a good job, and then he sends them to us and we mess with them and give feedback back to him. He redesigns stuff. It was an amazing job. He does such a good job, and it just makes a good team, some good teamwork here to make an amazing cube and amazing stuff for events. So that's my big thing I'm excited about.
Right. So this user says, at next year's event, are you going to use the same gadget cache to build or have a completely different one?
Completely different.
If we
do an event next year,
another cache fest, if it's here or wherever it's going to be, it would be a completely different cube. Not even a cube. It'd be a completely different gadget. And that's something that we'd have to work out to it. Because, why would you want to do it twice? Sorry, this was kind of funny. Oh, no one at work can ask me a question until they solve the cube. And I'll have the highest difficulty, 12 moves.
Yeah, I need 6 moves. Thanks. 12 would be challenging for me. I don't have the memory I used to have. That's for sure. So next year, if we have one, it'll be something different. Yeah, she'll cross the pond. That'd be pretty cool. I might have one. We'll see. I need to find out, look at dates and stuff and everything. Go ahead, Dirk.
No, I'm just looking at this. Just Finding Our Way says, now I want to see Bob Billy's video trying to solve this. You know what? So do I. I didn't know that he had one of those. That'd be great. And Shannon, there's the man right there. Getting you up a tree. Shannon said, enjoyed the Academy intensely. Thanks for all you do. And thank you for running, I don't know how many people up the tree last week. Absolutely awesome. And if you're ever in this area, reach out to Shannon Chandrum for Vertical Madness. I'm looking at here right now. Shannon, you are in your Vertical Madness has now 63 favorite points. I was looking at it 64 favorite points. And you are now in we counted out. You're tied with Tennessee Sequoia, which is a virtual that's been out since 2002, but that one should not have that many. I've done that virtual real close to my house.
Well, you said he has like 96% favorites, which is crazy.
You're like tied for like number 17 in the 17 or 16 in this area for favorite points on your caches, Shannon. So that's awesome. Congratulations. You got so many people up that tree. Seeing the lackey go up the tree and some videos and stuff like that was really awesome. So,
yeah. And someone mentioned about doing the same thing building the same thing. We actually had quite a few people that actually bought a second one. At the end of the event, we only brought 150. We plan on doing 150, and I think I brought more than 150. I think we brought close to 160 or 158 or something like that. And we sold everyone. At the end, people were waiting in line for some. So
right.
That was amazing. So yeah, some people want to build it more than once.
Right. Yeah. That's in a future video, not mine video, but that's going to be funny. That's a story that you're going to have to watch out for. I don't know. It's either going to be a Bob Billy or a Neil Moore video somewhere in here. I'm not going to go into detail on it, but it was absolutely funny. something we've trained for our entire geocaching career, and that's where I'm going to leave it. Yeah. All right.
T-Beck Tribe said even better if I came across a pond to them. That's a long way for me to go. That's a big pond.
But it is a big pond, but that would be a lot of fun. I'd love to do it.
If I'd be willing to go anywhere as long as there's enough people, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff to pack up and move and take. As you know, we had to unpack everything. But you know, if someone has enough people or have an event that they want to have one at, I'm not against it. We'll see.
Worldwide Force Awakens says World Wide Cachefest. I don't see why the event doesn't travel internationally.
Didn't say it didn't.
Yeah.
Well, so World Wide Cachefest is the event. Gadget Academy is not really exactly part of the event, but it's where we launched it. But I'm sure it'll be at every one. I think we have some connections. You or I can have some connections for that.
Yeah, there's a little bit there. Just kind of looking through comments in here. Anybody have any questions? Tricassius, the other Chad, says Gadget Academy is such a neat idea. It really is. And that's something I think was a lot of fun.
So for Chad, I have one sitting here ready for you when you come and tour the shop. So I haven't forgotten about him. He's going to be here next month. We're actually going to be doing a talk down at HQ at the 20th anniversary. I guess not at HQ, but at Sales Center together. And if you are going to be in the Seattle area, you should stop by and listen to Tricassius. He has amazing caches, amazing ideas. So definitely would be worth seeing. But I do have one for him when he shows up.
Right. So, and then I wanted to bring this up because the Escape and Celebrate event down at the Memphis Escape Rooms downtown on Main Street. Oh my gosh, that was so awesome. The staff there, Shannon says, tons of great reviews from the Escape event. Our staff had a blast. You know what? Your staff there was phenomenal. We got so many more people through than what was expected that I was like, all right, we got 4 slots. And like, well, we didn't sign up. I said, well, there's nobody else here. Go ahead and get in there. You're fine, because they were running through them. So people were doing so well and doing that. And it was just really great. So that was awesome. Rumacats asked me, Derek, did all your gadget caches in Memphis survive so many caches over the event? Unfortunately, I only had one. Well, out of the ones that I put out, I only had one that got damaged. And it was the Lego one. And so I'm going to go ahead and archive it, but I'm going to bring it back to the shop and rebuild it and put it into a new location, because I like kids finding my caches. And I've been seeing a lot of when people were there, it's like, I'm pretty sure that's where I got the chiggers. And when I went out there, I saw quite a bit of poison ivy. So I'm going to get it out of that location, pick it up, get it out of location, rebuild it. And the kids are going to help me because that's their cache. And we're going to put it into a new location and maybe even a completely different container. So kind of that's the only one that really had any issues. And I may have to change out some batteries, but that's common maintenance. Button batteries here in the heat might have baked. That was in one cache. I just got to get out there and check it. It does part of it, but then it kind of dies. So we'll see.
I did want to mention the whole Shannon thing here. Shannon is also one of who did the tree climb Vertical Madness. He's also, I think, the lead carpenter for the escape rooms that you did, right?
Yeah, he is.
So, I mean, he's an amazing builder as well. And I had so much fun talking to him about stuff. And, you know, it's amazing. I want to have him on sometime, hopefully here on the show, to talk about, you know, pick his brain for some ideas and just talk about stuff. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah, if you also haven't had a chance to do any escape room games in Memphis, or if you're back in the area, I've done a lot of escape room games or rooms. A lot of them, and those are the best built ones I've ever been to.
Yeah,
they're amazing. So
we did what you were going to do one, but you weren't feeling well. But with your family and all that, we did a total of 3 in 3 days. It was like, oh, can I have another one, please? I need another one. And I started but then Thursday we did have the escape challenge. So by Friday, I was going through withdrawals of escape rooms.
Oh, I wanted to Sunday. I wanted to do one. In fact, I wanted to do one with Bell on the Move, but we had to pack up and do some stuff. I promised my son we'd go to Bass Pro Shop. He wanted to do that. So we went there, and by the time we were done there, that place is so big. The place is so cool. I didn't realize the hotel. I told my wife next time we're going to stay a couple nights here just because that would be fun to stay there. I think you get to do extra stuff if you stay in that hotel.
Right.
But by the time we got on with that, we had to head to the airport. We didn't have any time to do anything.
So somebody brought theirs home. Yeah, we are going to get you need to send us an email to gadgettalkpodcast@gmail.com, and we'll get you the PDF of the instructions of how to put the cube together.
Force Awakens, I think, just asked for that too. I have a lot of emails. I actually just today sent out all the PDFs, but send an email and I'll send it to you.
Yeah, so send those out. We'll get those out to you on that. Yeah, just really cool. Kind of an update on some stuff I have personally on my channel real quick. There'll be a video this week, but I'm actually going to probably be taking the next couple weeks off from any video work. I got to recover. I got to spend some time with family because being here boots on the ground, it was a lot of stuff going on. And some aspects I neglected my family on a lot of different stuff, and I got to do some stuff. I got to catch up some projects. Plus next week is Lego robotics camp that Jess and my wife and I are leading. So that's going to be every night next week. So Chad's looking for a co-host, and we're in the process of talking to somebody right now for next week. But that's what's I'm not dropping out or anything like that. I'm just taking a little bit of a break, taking a little bit of a breather with everything that's going on, catching up.
Understandable.
On work. So
I'll tell you what.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Normally I barely sleep. You guys screwed me up there. Now I'm waking up at 4 a.m. I'm like, what is going on? I'm sleeping in for 2 extra hours now. But you would drop me off at the hotel at like 11 o'clock at night, go home, and you'd be back at the hotel before I even woke up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. You were all over the place. I would don't blame you for being tired and having to make up some stuff for your family.
Well, and I teased that I was looking for any paramedics or anybody that could take a Red Bull and go ahead and just kind of mainline it for me. Because I was running on Red Bull and adrenaline most of the week. And it was something I wanted to be there for everybody that was there and give an amazing event, an amazing time, because y'all came to my town. So I was the concierge of the event, basically. So, I mean, I had people asking me, hey, where's this? And if I didn't know the answer, I was going to find it for you. Hey, you see that? I just saw that.
Yeah. You're not spilling some beans there.
He put it in the chat.
Anyway, yeah, everybody did good. I mean, people don't know all the people that are on the team.
Phenomenal.
Tom, I mean, staying up all nights of the hour. We didn't even make it over to the concert at all because we were back at the event, packing stuff up, getting stuff ready. I had to go back. I didn't have to, but I had fun going back and helping people finish up their cubes. I mean, it's something that we need to do. And so people don't get to see all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. And there was so many of us that, we worked long hours, got up early, stayed up late, got stuff done. So
yeah,
it's a good team, put on a good event. Very happy with it.
Yeah. And back on what you were saying about dropping you off at 11, I still wouldn't go to sleep till 1-2 o'clock in the morning. I was sitting there reading logs and seeing how everybody's experience and seeing making sure everybody was having a great time. And the logs, they're still coming in, and I'm just been enjoying reading them and doing all that. And it's been a mountaintop experience on this.
Look at this.
It's been a lot of fun.
I have in my regular email 427 logs still. I have to go over.
I know. I was getting those.
I was like, how do you just hit read all? Or mark all as read or something? Because I've been slowly going through it, but they keep coming in.
Right. I know. And then I'll do that. Then I'd actually go to the actual caches and go back through them, and then go to the events and go through them, and then go to the adventure labs and read through them. And so I generally watch quite a bit of TV, but I have not watched TV in over a week. And that's strange for me because that's my industry. But yeah, it's just been reading a lot of logs, and then as a cache builder, how everybody actually was really kind and really actually, and I think it's because we're making gadgets more mainstream, maybe, and we're talking about it. People are not breaking into them as much at the megas, because a lot of times that's what goes down really fast. And I'm very happy that the way everybody did the gadgets, and that might have been a loose Lego that was in there from somewhere else, and it just happened to pop. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that happens. But if I lost only one cache out of the entire week of how many people went through that, I'm happy with that. So I just want to thank everybody again for that. So
I'll have to say, I saw the Force Awakens take this. They took a microwave travel
I saw
bug.
that thing.
And I'm like, where are you going to put that thing? That's crazy. I'm glad he did, though, because otherwise it would have been left at the event and you would have been stuck with it.
I know. I still got stuff in my garage.
So,
or shop, whatever you want. Jess calls it my shop. Oh, this is kind of funny. Emily took pictures of all the different of my caches, and Jess goes, "I'm glad those are finally out of the shop, so everybody can enjoy them." So.
I don't know what Roomba Cats means here. So anyway, well, your car's extended warranty. Sorry, you might need to explain that to me there, Doug.
Weird phone calls. I don't know.
Maybe someone hacked my Facebook or created a Facebook with my name and started.
Yeah, I saw you send that.
Well, they must have hacked me because they know who all my friends are. Yeah, I don't have friends, so if you get a friend request from me, it's not me.
Rick Berg, Micro in the Woods. Oh, heck no.
Well, we got all kinds of those around here. It's typical to find a appliance in the woods around here. But
because of all the emails.
Oh, yes. Oh boy, yeah. So I had so much fun. I wish we could talk more. I'd love to go over coins, everything we had at the event. I mean, there were some awesome coins, but we'll leave that up to the regular show.
Yeah. Oh, and I did see Kendall did mention in here earlier that the roadie.
Oh, if we activated it. You know what, Kendall? I typically don't activate my coins, but I might have to on that one. Thank you for the coin. I really appreciate it. So.
Oh yeah, the Arkansas coin. That was cool.
Yeah, everybody on the network got one, I believe. I probably should have said that in case someone did.
I really do appreciate that. That was really awesome. Of course, my parents loved that one too, so they were looking at it. Really cool.
One of the things I wanted to do when I was there was go to Mississippi and get that state, and then go to Arkansas. But again, didn't have time. We were so busy. I did see the zoo though. I visited the zoo. I
saw those pictures today. Today, of course, is Stephanie's birthday, so happy birthday to her. But I was sitting there, she just had her day off. I was seeing all the different pictures from Memphis, and I've been enjoying trolling everybody on Facebook and seeing all the different pictures. I was contacted today by Shelby Farms. Said, hey, do you have any pictures from the event that we can show anybody? I said, I have some, but I can pull some from Facebook. And so they are for their staff to kind of see what the event was there at Shelby Farm. So they're checking that out. They're really happy with how everything went. Yeah. I saw that.
I didn't mean to put it on your face. I clicked with my finger too soon. Did you see that? I put it in. This was one here of someone building one of the gadgets at the Academy. I wanted to pull more up for tonight, but we had so much fun. But this is actually, she's on the kind of the teaching side of the desk. Yeah, we had so much fun. Well, that might have been the second session where we had so many people we had to have.
Yeah, we had to bring in another table.
We had to go get more power strips.
Irons.
Yeah. Jesse was running around, duct tape, all kinds of stuff. He was a rock star.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And just
one of those
really
behind the scenes people. Sorry, go ahead, Derek.
And maybe a lot of people have a new skill, maybe a new appreciation for soldering. So that's really cool. And that's a great skill to have, because you never know when a wire or something goes bad in your house. Now you know how to fix it.
Yeah. I will say I read a lot of logs, and some of them where people were saying, and this is exactly why we do this show and do the, everything we do is they said, I had so much fun building this. I actually feel like I can build some gadget caches now, and this has motivated me.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
exactly what we want to do. That's why we do this. So it was awesome. I was hoping to have Dave Wagner on tonight to actually go over the cube, because this is his design.
Right.
And so I'd like to, unfortunately he had other, priorities or commitments he had to take care of, but one of these days we'll have him on soon, the show, and talk to him about it. And just, I hope he reads the logs, because all those logs and all the joy that we brought to everybody was 99% his, right? We just had to print stuff and test stuff and solder stuff. That was it. The creation is the big part.
Right. It was. There's Michael McKinney says, my boys and I had a great time. And that's what we did. Like I said, I love seeing the family there doing all that. More gadget builders is awesome. So
yeah.
that's something that's why we do the show. We want to show that anybody can do this. I'm gonna quote this. I'm gonna change it, but Chef Cousteau from Ratatouille says, anybody can cook. So, and I'm gonna say anybody can build a gadget. So that's what we're trying to share. And that's really, really good.
Burnt Turtle said his son built his cube, seemed very interested, and we followed the great instructions. Dave did a good job with the instructions. We have a few things to change around on them, but he does a good thing. That's all Dave. Teresa here, she was above her level, but at least she knew how to do it and needed magnifying glass to do the work.
Yep.
But most people that said, oh, I've never soldered before, they did a good job. I mean, everything I looked at, a little too much. I mean, when you're soldering, more solder is not better, right? Less is better sometimes. But there wasn't anything wrong. Some people would solder the LED legs together, and you just take the soldering gun and you split it up, wipe it off until it's gone. Pretty basic stuff. It was nothing crazy that anybody did. Everybody did a really, really good job.
So, hey, speaking of somebody here, she just jumped
Jesse's
in.
On.
I've really enjoyed telling everyone about the whole weekend at HQ. They're envious of my cube. That is awesome. And then there's JT Coffee.
Jesse, if you want to do an event, a Gadget Academy event, I actually have a building locally in Bellevue that we could do one at. So shoot me a message. I would love to either have lackeys up there to build some stuff, or we can do an event.
So yeah, that's really cool. I'm glad. Thanks, Jesse, for jumping on. It was great having you out here this last weekend. Really, really awesome.
It was. She has so much energy.
Oh my gosh.
Such a positive person. So fun to have around.
Oh yeah. And so many different really fun events that we had last week. And but we wanted to talk about our specific one at Cachefest, which was Gadget Academy. So, but all the academies did a phenomenal job. Challenge Academy was packed out. Puzzle Academy was also packed out. So that was, people like, what? This is more of an event, more than just an event. This is like a learning geocaching convention, because we get to come in and actually have classes and learn different things. And that was really when we kind of talked to, how could we set this one up to be different than just coming in, get a picture and going out and having vendors. And I think that's what we really wanted it to be, like like a convention of the day of the actual mega, but have some really great, awesome side events as well. So that was our goal. And I hope we succeeded.
We were successful.
By what I've seen in the comments and the logs, we did. So Cube Envy. Seeing Cube Envy, hashtag Cube Envy. There's a new hashtag. So yeah, seeing it several different places. But
that's kind of funny. The original name for the cube was a European name, the Wobble or Wobbler, which I thought was a name for a cube or something. The name of the cube changed several times. Dave and I talked about it, discussed it, named it, and then he made the decision, no, I don't like that name. Let's figure something else out. And so, anyways, that's funny. It's a good name.
Yeah. So Burnt Turtles asked, were there a lot of leftover materials / parts? No, not really. There's a few, but those are going to be put back into packages that people didn't do package pickup, and so we're gonna have to get those out in the mail. So really, no. In fact, I got to talk to Chad about that afterwards. Make sure we got everything for those to go out. But
you have everything for yours. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Sorry,
we'll talk about it later.
Talk about it live. Yeah,
that's for off air. So, but yeah, I'm saying that mentally for myself as well and out loud, so I remember it because I still need sleep. But yeah, this was really great, and I am so proud of everybody that took part of Gadget Academy, our volunteers or our roadies that were helping out. Like I said, a lot of them were learning a brand new skill and then immediately flipping into the next class and teaching others. So,
yes. So sorry, I was still.
I know you were reading.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. No spare parts. I wish we did because I was putting stuff together because there were so many people that even at the end of the day wanted to buy them and just take them home.
Right.
So the best way to get it if you are ever going to an academy is buy the package. That's why you have packages.
Right.
But anyway, yeah.
And
eventually they'll be up on the site soon.
And eventually, yeah, they're going to be on the site soon. Maybe a different color or something like that, but we don't know. We're playing around.
I think next time I'll do them color like Simon says.
Yeah, so each side may have a little bit different color, which is really cool.
If you're at the event, you saw my sample, you would see what it was.
Yeah. So, well, Chad, great. I think it's been a great night, and I thank everybody for tuning in. We had a great crowd tonight. Love that everybody came to Memphis and had fun with the Gadget Academy and had a great time in Memphis. Really do appreciate it.
Let me mention one more thing here. Tom mentions about roadies made the whole event work.
Yes,
absolutely. And if you're a roadie, if you found out, I don't think any roadie knew about it, but you got a special coin. And when you told them to go pick up their coin after they volunteered, they were like, "What? I get a coin?" It was an amazing coin. Derek designed it himself.
I don't have the coin. I don't have my box up here.
You'll see it on one of the shows soon.
It's 2.5 inches long. And it had they saw the front of it. They saw the front of the coin. But on the back of it says, "Thanks for helping taking care of business," which is kind of a play on TCB, taking care of business from Elvis. So it kind of had that little bit of a in there, but it was just a little bit different. So yeah, that was
wanted to make sure we rewarded people for volunteering, right? Because we appreciate your time volunteering, taking time out of your fun time at the event to spend an hour or two volunteering, or as some of them did, hours,
right?
Volunteering. So, I think we had someone for almost 8 hours on ours. So
yeah, it was great.
Appreciate it.
And I'm glad we did. Glad we had all the volunteers and somebody there for 8 hours and someone loading and programming the chips as we're with everybody else. That would have taken some time away from us being able to help somebody else. So
without the volunteers, we couldn't have gotten the Gadget Academy done.
No, we'd still be sitting there.
No. Yeah.
So, all right, Chad.
All right.
Anything else?
No. So next week, Derek will be off doing his fun stuff. So it'll be me, and we'll have another guest on, another co-host for Tuesday night. But other than that, thank everybody for coming out. Well, watching the show tonight, but coming out, whoever came out to the Gadget Academy, I had a blast. Derek had a blast. I think everybody did. It was successful. So successful. I haven't been back in my shop until now. So
yeah, this
is unusual.
Well, I can't even get
every day.
I can't even get in my shop right now. So
yeah.
But all right, everybody.
Okay.
I'll see you in a couple weeks and have a great week. And hope everybody drives safe if you're still traveling home from Cachefest. But thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Okay, everybody.